guarantees that things like this aren't going to happen.
Right.
Well, that's ridiculous.
It is.
First of all.
Yeah.
And to ask governments to protect us all, like, for things that are just going to happen a lot of times, you know, like you were saying, you know, it does at some level become a chicken or the egg kind of story with a lot of these perpetrators.
Yeah.
It's like they were on, you know, heavy pharmaceuticals. They had, you know, the same kind of childhood problems that a lot of people have. They had psychiatric problems, you know. So it becomes a big murky mess when you try to, like, really unravel what possesses someone to do something like that. But it ultimately what we're seeing as these types of situations increase, and they definitely, in my mind, have increased.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dramatically, certainly since Columbine. But we're giving away our civil liberties every time one of these things happens. You know, laws get passed that we don't even end up paying attention to as a result of these things. And that becomes the bigger, darker picture that, you know, disturbs me. Yes, these situations, you know, I write about them. I try not to make light of them. But I do feel like they're important to look at, as morbid as they may seem. You know, they are important, and they're having a huge impact on all of our lives, whether we realize it or not.
Yeah. No, absolutely. And again, it helps to contribute to the whole idea, the overall picture, that the idea that everyone is you know, afraid, because again, the mantra in a way that is spewed throughout these types of events is that, you know, we never saw it coming. This just happened out of the blue. It can happen to, like, anyone at any particular point in time, and everyone should be afraid. And then the consequence of that is, as you said, Todd, you know, that is to, you know, bring in the metal detectors in the school campuses and you know, search the kids for, you know, for guns. And again, the environment of suspicion all the time is something that is on the rise, and it just creates this weird, you know, disconnection from, you know, living your life and you know, doing your thing, but then, you know, you should walk around and be scared all the time because of this stuff. So it's something very weird with it, and it's something that kind of, if you'd ask me, it stinks. You know, it smells of something fishy going on here. You know, I don't like it.
You're absolutely right, Henrik. I mean, I feel the exact same way. You know, people, to me, in general, most people are good people. And there's no reason now or ever to have to, or should we, go around paranoid and afraid of people around us. But that's what it's coming to. You know, there is this Orwellian nightmare that we're quickly finding ourselves being a part of.
Yeah.
And that is terribly unfortunate. I mean, we don't need to be afraid. And, you know, part of the reason that I guess in some ways that I look at kind of some of the uglier stories that are out there is to demystify them at some level. Maybe for myself and maybe for others, you know, to show it for what it is, as ugly as it may be. But we can't be afraid of it. You know, things are going to happen regardless.
Yeah.
You know, there are no certainties in life, and there are no guarantees just because you pass a bunch of oppressive laws that, you know, people aren't going to go out and do crazy things. I mean, that's going to happen.
Yeah. Especially,
but we can't give in to the fear that ends up resulting from these things.
Yeah.
To give away everything to where we live in an Orwellian state.
And I think that the opposite will actually happen. The effect or the how should I put it? The more a society oppresses its people, the more these types of events actually will take place. People will freak out eventually in a system like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that that's true, and that people that are thinking that this is good and passing these laws can't see that baffles me sometimes. You know, that they really think that that's going to make it all better. No, it's going to make it worse. We're seeing it make it worse. People are starting to feel like caged animals. You know, back to the whole wolf metaphor, you know.
Well, there you go.
And what do caged animals do when they feel like they're, you know, being threatened?
Yeah,
they strike out.
A cornered animal, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I think, Todd, that's a good place to round things off. Although, again, as we said, there's so much more to say about it. That's something that we definitely can return to perhaps in a future program and bring you back and talk more about it then, because again, as you said, this is just slowly kind of unraveling itself, and it's something that is continuing all the time. It's a continuous process, and I'd like to round things up here with you giving out your website address, of course, again, and mentioning a little bit more about your blog if you want to. But from that point, I want to say thank you for coming on, Todd Campbell. It's been really nice having you here. I've really enjoyed the discussion, and as I said, we'd love to have you back at some point and talk more about all of this.
Henrik, that would be fantastic, and I've greatly enjoyed being here with you and just being able to talk about this stuff. You know, that's what we do, I guess. And so anytime you want to have me out, you just let me know and I'll be here. The site is Through the Looking Glass, and it's www.peeringthrough.blogspot.com. And I'm working on right now kind of probably a little bit of a larger article than I would normally write. That hopefully will be out in the next week or so, and it's basically kind of envelops like the Trident stuff and 9/11 in Mumbai, but it's really tying it all together, and it's going to be basically about the concept of Trinity is going to be kind of the crux of it. So anybody that's out there that wants to check in on that, I should hopefully have that up soon, and as always, we'll try to stay on top of all this other stuff as well as it comes along. And there's so many other great writers out there too that are doing so much great work, and they're all linked at my site and your site as well. And I just, thanks for having me on.
Definitely. Thanks, Todd. Great having you. And again, the website is peeringthrough.blogspot.com. Thank you very much for listening. Until next time, take good care, everyone, and we'll talk more soon. Bye-bye. I also want to mention that everyone out there who are making your own music would like to hear it, and we are interested in playing it on Red Ice Radio. So go to our radio archive, click on Bumper Music at the top, and read more about all the details and how to send us your music. We'll be back this coming Thursday with Ben Singleton from Pseudo Occult Media. Join us then. In the meantime, we'll see you online.